Today we are going to give you your definitive look at Gods of Metal. Gods of Metal is a 1 to 4 player deck builder where you take on the role of a member of a heavy metal band as you're going to stand on stage trying to defeat the demons and the overlords as they try to take over reality. So let's take a look. Now the first thing that I'm going to show you does not come with the game, but you can buy this separately on Game Crafter, and that's the stage. Everybody that's gotten the stage has liked it. So yeah, this is the stage. And it really helps you to organize the cards. But is it necessary? No. No, it's not. It's just pretty cool. So the first thing we're going to set out are the stage managers. Stage managers are the buy two, get free. And that's what this is, a deck building game. And you want to craft and create the perfect heavy metal band so that you can make the perfect heavy metal album. Then, once we get those on, we're going to shuffle up the overlords. Boom, boom, boom. Set the overlords out. The overlords are your big bad guys. They're the ones that are trying to control everything. You have to kill 6 of them in order to win the game. Okay. We're going to put out the demon deck. The demon deck are the overlord's minions. They send them out each turn in order to try to stop you. Then we have the song deck. The song deck is how you are going to defeat the overlords. Most of them require decibels in order to kill. And in order to apply decibels, in order to attack the overlords, you have to play one of these songs. And you're going to get cards that say overturn a song card, and you're looking for a beginning, a middle, and an end. Once you have a beginning, a middle, and an end, you've completed the song. And there's 9 or 10 of each, 10 with the expansion, and they all go together. They have a little song that is just flavor, but the beginning is going to tell you who is the target, and you look at the target on the second one. So this is all players. So all players gain 2 decibels in this case. If the target had been the current player would get 3 hearts, so they would heal 3. And then the end is just a bonus for the characters. When the song is completed, all players gain a heart. What else you do, of course, is you're going to give all of the decibels that you've built up, that you've gained, all the power you've gathered, and you're going to deal that as damage to the overlords. But we'll get to that as we're playing. So that's your song deck. The metal deck is would be considered the store in other deck building games. It's kind of a big deck, but it's going to have everything from effects, which are like spells, instrument upgrades, so you can have better guitars, better drums, and so on. It'll have mascots, costumes, and stage upgrades, which if you see the side of this has 2 stage upgrades. But there's also this card in here called Surprise Attack, which you definitely don't want to get while you're playing. Surprise Attack makes this track go up. Well, what's that track, you're asking? Well, I'm glad you did. That track is the metal track, and the higher that goes, the more demons come out. Now we do have this guy in the box, which has a hard mode, as well as this regular mode here. So if you wanted to play hard mode, you could just use this thing. And then we overturn 1. Now, if you overturn a surprise attack during setup, it even tells you on there to shuffle it in, because it doesn't count during setup. And why do I have these numbered? Well, some cards say to discard metal card 5. And then you would just go to, oh, that's 5, let's discard that one. Pretty simple. Alright, so once you've got the board set up, you take a look at, and these are the bands that you can play as. These are the different, and you don't have to all be the same band, but it's beneficial because you get extra bonuses if you are. And if you're playing solo, well, you only pick one anyway. So let's do that. Let's pick one band member. I'm going to pick it at random, and that's who I am. Fred Mars. Of course, an homage thing to Freddie Mercury. And he's in the band known as Speedbach. So, I take Fred, I look at his symbol up at the top, he is a singer. So I get his specialized starter deck for the vocals for the singer, and that's what I use during the game. That means I can only buy instrument upgrades that are singers, and I can only, if anything affects vocalists, I'm affected by it. Now his special ability, his hand size is +1, so normally you get 6 cards, he draws 7. And it says once per turn, each band member in Speedbach may discard a card to draw 1. And since he's part of it, he is included. So we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normally, but his is +1, so that's 7. On your turn, and this is how a typical turn is going to go. The first thing you do, well, first you decide how many overlords you want. This is something that a lot of people get. I made this game intentionally difficult. It is not easy. You're going to get whooped on quite a few times. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, I just had the token for that darn metal track. There you are. There you are. This tells us again how close we are to losing, and it tells us how many demons to overturn each time. But when we're playing the game, when we're setting it up, we're deciding how difficult we want this game to be. Easy mode is you only have 1 overlord out at a time. Normal, hard. I think some people are automatically going to 3 overlords and putting it into hard mode. When, you know, if you think it's too hard, just play with 1. Oh, neat. This overlord must be defeated using money, and it tells you how to add money to it. And we also have it so that the health of them is based on the number of players. See, 4 times number of players, 6 times number of players, and so on. Like I said, don't forget, you have to beat up 6 overlords in order to win. So which one are we going to go against? We'll pick this one. And we'll just keep it at 1 just to show you how to play. Let's see. You may not apply decibels to any other overlord while this one's in play. And each turn, what you do is you will check the overlord's ability and see if it applies. This one says discard 1 random card. So that means, alright, on my turn, I have to discard a card at random. Then, the demons go. We overturn a demon card based on that. That's 1, so we overturn 1 demon card. This is a giant spider. It says all players lose 2 hearts. That means I would take my damage and I would remove 2 health. Now each character has a health level and a decibel level. The health level says how much damage can you take. Okay? Decibels is how many decibels you can hold. So that when you play a song, all of those go to the overlord then. Now I like to start, I always put my health on the character and then I take it away as we go. Makes it easier for me, but you don't have to do that. You can say, oh, they take 2 damage, so I'll put 2 damage on them. Whichever way works for you, use it. And they are double-sided, by the way, the tokens. Okay. Now, if I had enough decibels equal to the health value of the demon, I could spend those decibels, discard, and it doesn't count. It's blank. But since I didn't, well, I lose 2 hearts. And you cannot draw cards or damage the Overlord this turn. And again, that's just what Giant Spider does. So then on your turn, once, after the demons and the Overlords go, you play your cards. Your starting deck is going to have power chords, roadies, and a few special cards. The power chords, and I made this with every card is going to have, when it's in your hand, you can remove it from the game and get a special ability. So that you don't have to keep constantly having the low-level cards in your deck. You have a way to get rid of them. But this one here says we get a decibel. I like decibels. Decibels are nice. So we gain a decibel. This one says we gain a metal point, or metal power, or $1 if you want. So many people have called it $1 that it's just become what it is now. But in the rule book, it's the metal power tokens. It's what you use to buy these cards. And each card is going to have a cost up on the top left. And if you have enough metal power, you can buy that card. So I have another power chord that gives me another decibel. Remember, I can only hold 3 right now. So I have 2 more roadies, so that gives me 2 more. Usually when I'm playing, I don't use the tokens for dollars much for the metal power. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna grab Stand Strong. It gives me 2 hearts and 2 monies. You get the idea. But it also, and if we were playing multiplayer, this card would be really good because it has what's called a backup ability. A backup ability says on your turn, okay, you get this card. If this card's in your hand, but on somebody else's turn, you're able to play that, and it affects them. So you're backing them up. But whenever you buy a card, it goes into your discard pile. You'll shuffle it back in and get it later. Now, one of the special cards for the singer is Warming Up. It's a starter card. It says overturn a song card or use it for its backup ability. Well, we're going to just overturn the song card. And we got an end. And then at the end of my turn, if I'm done buying, if I'm done with everything else, discard all my cards, draw back up to my hand size. Now, this is empty. At the end of your turn, you can also get rid of 1 card, if you wish. You don't have to. But let's say, since I'm playing as vocals, if I had out an instrument that I can't use, like, here we go, this lead guitar. Let's say I had this lead guitar out. Well, I can't use that, so I'm going to discard that one to the metal deck. Then, I just fill the row. And there you go. That's all there is to it. And you keep doing this until you build enough songs to defeat the Overlords and prevent them from taking over. Now, every time you die, because you are going to die in this game, it's a guarantee. It's okay, it's meant to happen. You don't actually die. What happens is you discard all of your tokens, right? Everything you had is gone. So you're at 0 health. This thing moves up 1, and you discard all instrument upgrades. Okay, so you're basically starting off at scratch. You get your health back at the end of your turn. So if you die on somebody else's turn, you don't take damage until the end of yours. Also, whenever a song is completed, beginning, middle, whenever a song is completed, you discard, unless it says otherwise on the card, you discard your instrument upgrades after you apply everything to the Overlords. Alright? If you defeated an Overlord on your turn, you wait until the end of your turn to get a new one out. Okay? Unless it was the 6th Overlord, then you win. Because right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 different Overlords. In fact, we did just run a Kickstarter for a small expansion for this game, which, you know, funded, went well, everybody's got it. I have it in this set, where we added, like, I think 4 or 5 new bands, a couple new overlords, some new demons, definitely a ton of metal cards in here, 3 new song cards. All in all, a bunch of good things. Yeah, in fact, Deus Ex, I think, is one of the new cards. That's cool that it came up. But otherwise, again, you keep going round and round, however many players you have. Now, you only have 1 singer, 1 bass, 1 drummer, 1 lead guitar. That's your band. You won't have 2 singers because you only have 1 starter deck for that. Could you have 2 singers? I mean, you know, buy another copy. I'm not your dad. I'm not there controlling you, you know? So if you want to do that, you go right ahead. One day, I would love to get where we do a big box for this and everything fits in perfectly. That would be my goal. I highly recommend, you know, you check this out. It's cheap. It's like $20 for this game. And if you want to get the stage, that's on you. That's extra. That's on the Game Crafter. I would like to, again, make a big box where we include the stage. If that's something you think you might be interested in, let me know. And in the meantime, if you have any questions on playing this, anything at all, please let me know. I'm here to help with it. Honestly, this is one of the favorite games that I've made, and I did make this one. Because not only is it a small box, but there's just so doggone much in it. There's tons and tons of variety to it. Yes, I know, I saw the thing on BGG, oh my god, it's so hard, and everything else. Okay, that's what I wanted. Congratulations, you discovered the way I wanted this game to be. If you think this is something you might like to play, give me a buzz. Check it out. I'll make sure you can get a copy. In fact, I'll put some up on eBay. Maybe we'll even do a special. I don't know. I'll look at it and I'll think about it. Alright, have a good one until next time.